Well, I think most of you know me. I'm Sandy, and I'm leading the service today. And we're talking about cultivating devotion and desire for spirit, which actually devotion and love for spirit kind of comes easy for most of us, I think, because they are our mother and father, and it's only natural to return their love and to be grateful for the beautiful lives we've been given, for all of nature, for the great love that lives, and humanity that comes from God. As far as gaining desire to meet God face to face, I think that comes naturally too, but it's an evolution. When we first hear about the fact that you can actually experience God illumination, it sparks a fire. And that fire is burning bright in the beginning, and it inspires us and pushes us and motivates us to change our lives, to get on the spiritual path, to change our habits, our diets, to change ourselves. But after the honeymoon of the spiritual path, there are obstacles. And we need to keep that fire burning bright. It really inspires us to hear stories about illumination, to meet people who have actually become illuminated and who can talk about it. And to have experiences in meditation and just feelings alive in our lives, that we know God is absolutely present for us and for all beings. That gives a sweet taste to the spiritual path, and it spurs us on. I want to read a beautiful account by Yogananda of an experience he had with illumination. It's called Expansion and Eternity. Eternity yawns at me below, above, and on the left and the right, in front and behind, within and without. With open eyes, I behold myself as the little body. With closed eyes, I perceive myself as the cosmic center around which revolves the sphere of eternity, the sphere of bliss, the sphere of omniscient living space. I feel the Lord like a gentle breath of bliss, breathing in my body of universes. I perceive him shining through the bright twinkles of all luminosity and through the waves of cosmic consciousness. I behold him as the light of solar inspiration, holding the luminaries of my thoughts in the rhythms of balance. I feel him as a bursting voice, leading, guiding, teaching secretly in the soul temples of all men, all women, all creation. He is the fountain of wisdom, of radiant inspiration, flowing through all souls. He is the fragrance from the incense vase of all hearts. He is a garden of celestial blossoms and bright thought flowers. He is the love that inspires our dreams. I feel him percolating through my heart, as through all hearts, through the pores of the earth, through the sky, through all created things. He is the eternal motion of joy. He is the mirror of silence in which all creation is reflected. Divine Spirit is waiting and looking for us, inspiring us forward, just the same as we are looking for him and her. The prayers that we so earnestly pray, they listen to, and they savor every moment to be with us, to be with true devotees of God, as we will all become if we keep on marching forward on the path. That incredible, brilliant light gives us tastes and hints of its effervescence. Day by day in our meditations, in our lives, at special moments, but we yearn for him. We live our lives for those moments. To live a life of discipline, of putting meditation first, of meditating every morning with the sunrise and every evening before we sleep. All those habits, all our efforts are rewarded by his grace. By his incredible love. And sometimes in our lives, he brings us blessings. He brings dreams come true. He brings incredible friends that spur us on. He brings experiences in meditation that give us a taste of that ecstasy. He brings that incredible fulfillment that only comes from Divine Spirit. We are so grateful for those beautiful moments. That conversation with God of gratitude. It brings the sweetness into our lives. And it brings a powerful relationship that's ongoing all day, all evening. There are so many beautiful things to be grateful for. I try to give thanks every chance I get. I have a little custom that when I get into my truck, before I start the motor, I say thank you to Spirit for whatever's in my heart at the moment. And when I sit down, just for a second, to recalibrate, I try to remember gratitude. That feeling gives us a relationship where we're seeking God, where we have a natural desire to meet Him, to talk to Him. And as Norm used to say, to give Him a big hug. We are here for just a moment in time. But when we experience Spirit, we find ourselves in eternity, beyond time. When the river runs dry of devotion, there are so many things that we can do. Continual prayer is such a blessing. You know, sometimes when I meditate, I don't ask for anything. But sometimes I make requests. And a lot of times they are granted. It's a going relationship. It's like father and daughter, or mother and daughter, are really, really sweet friends. Also, if the river is not flowing, we can just ask, please, let me feel your love. Let me feel your devotion. And that spark of fire again. There are so many things that can move us to want Spirit in our lives. One thing that we are all seeking universally is true love. It was in the fairy tales. It's in many stories. Some say it comes when a mother has a child, or when you meet your true soulmate and you feel that bond. Those may be true, but the truest love, the most powerful and healing and fulfilling love, comes from God. His omnipresence fulfills every need if we just ask. Is more incredible than any person, any child, any sweetheart. Spirit is always there. We just need to calm down to try to make that connection. When we reach up, they will answer. No mistakes. Also, one of my favorite ways to think of God is brilliant light. The first creation, living light. The light that shines in our hearts, every heartbeat. The light that lights the day and even shines through the night. The light that will never go away. It's everlasting. Another thing that we all long for and we know can be found in spirit is incredible joy. When you feel his and her presence, you feel that joy. You want to laugh. You want to open your eyes and give praise, or go deeper into the silence and meditate and just be at peace. The peace that's beyond laughter, sometimes even beyond smiling, is totally still, calm waters. But in that calmness, there is joy. There is fulfillment. But every cell of your body is permeated by his light and his presence. There is ecstasy. I'm going to say a little prayer, and then Patty will do the bowls, and we can have 20 minutes of silent meditation. Divine Spirit, we are all yours. We are here to find you, to commune with you, to receive and share your blessings. We ask for your presence, your great love, and your shining light to be here with us. Amen. One of the things that we are blessed with along the path that helps us to sit right with the light is forgiveness. It's our job and our joy to both forgive ourselves for our own mistakes and forgive all others. Though it's not easy. And if you've been living for a long time, sometimes it takes a while, a long while. But it's worth it. But how do we forgive? I would say the sweetest part is to live with compassion, even for people who have wronged us. Who don't live right according to our standards. We can understand what they're going through. Have empathy and compassion and forgive. We can release the concept of blame and take responsibility for our lives. If we don't like the way our parents raised us, we can reparent ourselves. We can say to ourselves the things that we wish we had heard as youngsters, that we still need to hear now. That can be very healing. I have a little story to tell about something that happened to me several years ago in Lompoc that I'll never forget. I was working on reparenting myself. And I was saying positive things to myself, like Louise Hay says. And trying to open up to that. So one day it was kind of rainy and cloudy, but I kind of took the initiative and got on my bike and went out to exercise anyways. Because I wasn't in a deluxe mood, but I pushed myself. And as I rounded a corner, I saw 3 young guys walking out of their house, talking and joking. And they seemed like nice people, and so I just looked up and smiled. And one of the guys saw me, and he looked at me and he said, "Hi." He said, "I'm so happy to see you." And I was like, "Who is he? Who is he? Did I meet him at meditation? Is he one of my son's friends?" I couldn't place him, but I mean, that happens to me a lot, actually. So I meet people at the beach all the time. So he came up to me and he took my hand. He said, "I have something really important to tell you." And I kept on saying, "Who is he?" But he was a really nice young person, so I just was receptive. And he said, "You are absolutely beautiful. And don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise." And I was like totally mind blown, and I didn't have what it takes to receive that compliment at all. And I just said, oh, you mean because I'm out bicycling in the rain and that's a good thing?" And he said, no. He said, "You don't get it." He said, he took one of my hands with both of his, and he said, "You are absolutely beautiful. Never forget it. Never let anybody tell you otherwise." And he said that 2 or 3 times. I finally got what he was saying and doing at the moment. But I was still so in shock and so not used to ever hearing those words. I just looked at him and I said, "Oh, well, thanks." And I got on my bike and just rode away. And to this day, I have no idea who he was or why exactly he did that. But after that, I was in a really good mood. And I felt Spirit was answering my call and acknowledging me for rising to the occasion. But I want to say to you all, whether you believe this or not, you are all absolutely beautiful, inside and out. And I'm so very grateful to see all of you. Thank you.
Make our lives a shining light for all the world to see. Make our hearts an open door to your eternity. May our lives reflect your love all across the sea, and help us to live evermore for thee. show your face. Shine your love down on us all today. Shine out in the night so mine eyes can see the light that can set thy people free. We've been calling to you, Lord, won't you show your face? For the sake of those we love and this whole human race. We've been looking to the light, trying hard to see the light that lights humanity. So show your face. Shine your love down on us all today. Shine out in the night so mine eyes can see the light that can set thy people free. Hearts of wiser men than I, poets, fools, and kings, sought to know you and the joy that your wisdom brings. Of all the suns and worlds we see, nothing can compare to all the love, the light that's shining there. So show your face. Shine your love down on us all today. Shine out in the night so mine eyes can see the light that can set thy people free.